Frankenstein the Indestructible, sole survivor of the Titanic pileup of '95, only two-time winner of the Transcontinental Road Race.
Welcome back everybody, this is Leon's Retro Recommendations, episode 7, and today we're going to venture back to 1975. We're going into Roger Corman territory for a film that was a bit of a hit and caused a lot of controversy. This film would be Death Race 2000, starring David Carradine and Sylvester Stallone, and directed by Paul Bartel. Now, if you've not seen this film, you should know that it's set in the dystopian future. It's a bit of a satire. The object in the film is for contestants in a race across the country in America to run down people and score points doing so. The more vulnerable the people, say older people or extremely young people, the higher the points you get. So a bit of an absurdist idea, but it does make for some extremely entertaining screen time. David Carradine, he plays Frankenstein in this, and he's like a notorious legendary driver, and he's battling it out with Machine Gun Joe, who is from Chicago, played by Sylvester Stallone, and there's a whole host and variety of wacky characters out there. This film was based on a short story by Ib Melchior, which was called The Racer. The characters and the storyline were different, but the basic concept was the same. The characters of Mr. President and Frankenstein, however, were created solely for this film, and what colourful and wonderful characters they are indeed. What do I like about this film? You could say, looking back at it now, it looks quite hammy, quite cheesy, and really low budget. In fact, you would, if you're flicking across channels and you saw it on, you'd probably skip past it. So you're going to ask me now, why should I stop and watch this, Leon? Well, you don't have to, you might want to skip it, but I had a lot of fun with this one, and I think it's the fact that it is so low budget and it is filled with enthusiasm from the participants. You've got absurdist violence in there, which is always really entertaining, and you've got quite a bit of nudity from some of the actresses in there, which is completely unnecessary. Typical Roger Corman from the time. I believe there was a few complaints from the actresses, and but it's good, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's a little peek back through the window into history to see where other things might come. Obviously later on we had the Death Race films with Jason Statham in and Luke Goss, and they were fun too, but I think the original is more fun because it's raw, and I like that kind of raw feeling that you get in films from this period. It's very entertaining, and if you do take a look on IMDb, you'll see that Roger Corman actually produced a film, I think it was in 2017, and it was called Death Race 2050, and that is done as a sequel to this one from 1975. But it's affected more than just that. It's become quite big in pop culture. There was, just a year after, there was a video game which was just called Death Race 1976, a video game called Death Race. Look it up. The object in that is just to run over the little stick characters running across the screen to score points, and that by itself raised some controversy. In fact, I believe it's the first video game to cause controversy about video game violence, so that's quite interesting. There's been whispers as well that the character of Judge Dredd may have been based on David Carradine's Frankenstein. I don't quite see that myself, as he looks more like a camp Darth Vader to me, but David Carradine is very good at camping it up. I know that he wanted to move away from the Kane character from the Kung Fu TV series, and he wanted to step into the movie arena, and he thought by choosing a more villainous character, a bit more of a opposite to what he played, not such a goody-goody, but more of an animal, if you like, a beast, that it might do him some good. And he did have a film career after this, so you know, maybe you made the right choice, because this film did make some big bucks. It made some big impact. Though it may be overlooked today, I really do believe there's still some entertainment to be found here. So, for episode 7 of Leon's Retro Recommendations, I'm recommending Death Race 2000 from 1975. If you guys want to check it out, it can currently be found streaming on Prime. And there are some Blu-rays out there. I believe Signal Entertainment has one out in the UK. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a 4K of this at some point, with all the retro cinema that is getting put out on 4K these days. Hopefully, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.